Welcome back, everyone. On March 24, 2026, Mohamed Salah sat in front of his trophy cabinet and recorded a video that broke the hearts of football fans around the world. After 9 years, 255 goals, 9 trophies, and a legacy that will never be forgotten at Anfield, the Egyptian king confirmed what many had feared. This season will be his last at Liverpool. And now, as the reality of his departure sinks in, the tributes have been pouring in from every corner of the football world. But one of the most genuine and emotional reactions came from someone who has spent years learning from Salah every single day at training, Liverpool midfielder Curtis Jones. And what he said tells you everything about what kind of man and player Mohamed Salah actually is when the cameras aren't rolling. Today we are covering the full story: Salah's farewell, Jones's emotional tribute, the extraordinary numbers behind 9 years at Anfield, and what this departure really means for Liverpool going forward. Let's get into it. Curtis Jones has been at Liverpool his entire career. He came through the academy, made his senior debut while Salah was already one of the best players in the world, and has watched up close what elite professionalism looks like every single day. When Salah's departure was confirmed, Jones spoke to TNT, and his words were honest, heartfelt, and genuinely revealing. He said, "It is obviously hard to see a player like Mo leave, someone who has given the club everything." He spoke about the records Salah has set and then broken himself. He called it a joy to be a part of his journey. But then he said something that most fans never get to hear, that behind all the goals and assists and the exciting moments on match day, he has watched how hard Salah works in the gym, how much he looks after his body, the recovery sessions, the extra work, the invisible hours that nobody sees. Jones said he has learned and taken a lot from him. He said he's not built like Mo, but he tries to have the same mindset. That detail matters enormously because it shifts the conversation from the numbers on the score sheet, which are already extraordinary, to the discipline and professionalism that made those numbers possible in the first place. Salah is 33 years old. He has played at the highest level of European football for over a decade. That does not happen by accident. It happens because of exactly what Jones described: the obsessive attention to the body, the recovery, the preparation, the stuff that does not show up in the highlight reel. Jones also spoke about what everyone at the club wants now: to send Salah out as a winner. He said 100% he wants that for Mo, and that Salah would want it too. He acknowledged the season has been up and down, but said it would be nice to finish on a high, for the fans, for the team, and especially now for Mo. Liverpool are still alive in both the Champions League and the FA Cup, with the quarter-finals of both competitions ahead of them. If Salah can help deliver one more piece of silverware before his Anfield farewell, that would be a fitting conclusion to one of the greatest careers this club has ever seen. Now let's talk about the numbers, because the statistics behind Salah's 9 years at Liverpool are genuinely staggering, and I think it is worth taking a moment to appreciate them properly, rather than just listing them and moving on. When Salah joined Liverpool from AS Roma in the summer of 2017 for £34 million, there was cautious optimism. He was a good player, someone who had struggled at Chelsea early in his career, spent productive seasons in Italy, and was considered a solid attacking option. Decent, promising, nothing more. What happened next was one of the most extraordinary individual careers in Premier League history. In his very first season, Salah scored 44 goals across all competitions, the second highest single-season total in Liverpool's history, behind only Ian Rush's legendary 47 goals in 1983-84. He won the Premier League Golden Boot in his debut season. The football world had never quite seen anything like it. Over 9 years, he scored 255 goals in 435 appearances, making him the third highest goal scorer in Liverpool's history, behind Ian Rush and Roger Hunt, two men who played in different eras when the game was entirely different. He won the Premier League Golden Boot 4 times, equaling the all-time record. He won 3 PFA Player of the Year awards, also a record. His 189 Premier League goals and 92 assists, 281 goal contributions in total, are the most ever recorded by any player for a single club in Premier League history. That record alone tells you everything. Not just the goals, the combination of goals and assists, the complete attacking contribution over an entire career at one club. Nobody in the history of the Premier League has ever done more. He scored his 50th Champions League goal for Liverpool in March 2026 against Galatasaray, becoming only the second player in history to reach that milestone for a single club in European competition. He made 81 Champions League appearances for the Reds, a club record. He helped Liverpool win 2 Premier League titles, the Champions League in 2019, the FA Cup, 2 League Cups, the Club World Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, and the FA Community Shield, 9 trophies in 9 years. His legacy extends beyond football, too. A study in the American Political Science Review found that Salah's transfer to Liverpool led to a 16% reduction in hate crimes in the city of Liverpool and a measurable reduction in Islamophobic rhetoric online. In the 2018 Egyptian presidential election, so many people wrote Salah's name on their ballot papers instead of voting that it became a news story. When he scored in the 2023-24 season, he surpassed Wayne Rooney to hold the record for the most goal contributions by any player for a single club in Premier League history. The tributes that came in after his farewell announcement reflected all of this. Andy Robertson, who joined Liverpool in the same transfer window in 2017, called Salah the greatest player he had ever shared a pitch with. Cody Gakpo said he was grateful to have shared the pitch with a true legend and thanked him not just for what he did on the pitch, but for the example he set every day. Manager Arne Slot posted a photo of the two of them with a caption that simply said the two of them had a good run. Trent Alexander-Arnold, now at Real Madrid, wrote on Instagram calling him a legend and said what a journey it had been. Salah's own farewell was equally emotional. In his video, he said he never imagined how deeply the club, the city, and the people would become part of his life. He called Liverpool not just a football club, but a passion, a history, and a spirit he could not explain in words. He spoke about the supporters standing by him in the toughest times as something he would never forget. And he ended with 5 words that every Liverpool fan has lived by for decades. Because of all of you, I will never walk alone. Now, the difficult part. What happens next for Liverpool without him? Salah's numbers this season, 10 goals and 9 assists in 34 appearances, represent a slight dip from his extraordinary 2024-25 campaign, when he recorded 29 goals and 18 assists in a single Premier League season, the highest number of goal contributions in a 38-game season in Premier League history. The current campaign has been complicated by his very public falling out with manager Arne Slot in December, when he said he felt the club had thrown him under the bus after being dropped for a 3-3 draw at Leeds. The two parties made up, Salah was reintegrated, and he went on to score his 50th Champions League goal and continue contributing meaningfully. But the relationship between player and club has clearly run its course. His farewell game at Anfield will be on May 24th, the final day of the Premier League season, against Brentford. It will be one of the most emotional afternoons Anfield has ever seen. And between now and then, there are still Champions League and FA Cup games to be decided, moments where Salah might yet write one more unforgettable chapter before closing the book. As for Curtis Jones, his words carry something important. They come from a young man who has been in Salah's orbit every week, watching not just the goals, but the work behind them, and who is honest enough to say he tries to carry some of that mindset into his own career. That is the mark of a truly great player, not just what they do on the pitch, but what they inspire in the people around them. Mohamed Salah leaves Liverpool as a legend. That word gets used too freely in football. In this case, it does not come close to being enough. He changed what this club was capable of. He changed the conversation around Egyptian football globally. He changed the city of Liverpool in ways that go beyond the sport itself. And now, with a few months and perhaps a few trophies still left, he is doing his best to give the people who gave him everything the ending they deserve. Drop a comment below. Where do you think Salah goes after Liverpool? And what is your single favorite Salah moment in a red shirt? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.